Welcome to Mainland, your local regional television station. I'm Graham O'Brien, and some of the stories coming up in today's news: looking out for the next Rutherford at fair, Masters ring in numbers, women can be captains of their own destiny, and much more. A community project developed by the Ruby Coast Initiative Trust has this week marked an entryway to the Tasman village on the Ruby Bay coast, with the first of 3 sculptures having now been completed and erected on site over the weekend. The sculpture is one of 3 in a series of gateway sculptures designed for Tasman Village and Mapua, marking the entry points to the Ruby Coast, with the cost of $70,000 financed through donations added to the funding from Tasman District Council. The first sculpture, designed by local artists Daryl Frost, A.D. Tate and Graham Stradling, is a 9-metre high stainless steel structure situated at the Tasman Kina turnoff. The structure has silhouetted cutouts of birds that can be found in the Mutri Inlet, along with an information panel at the bottom to share more about the bird life and acknowledge major sponsors of the project. Local licensees have come out on top in a third police-led sting to catch licensed premises selling alcohol to minors. A Nelson Police Alcohol Harm Reduction Officer, along with Public Health and Nelson City Council licensing inspectors, conducted a controlled alcohol purchase operation on Saturday evening, visiting 22 businesses in Nelson City to see if they would sell alcohol to minors. Staff at every business visited asked the 2 underage volunteers for proof of age when they requested alcohol. Sergeant Mal Drummond said this was the 2nd operation in a row in which no sales had been made to minors, and said this was very encouraging. Sergeant Drummond will be contacting all of the businesses visited to inform them that the operation had taken place and to congratulate them on the result. However, licensed premises should not become complacent, as controlled purchase operations will continue to be held on a regular basis across the Nelson region. This weekend, Nelson will be playing host to many visitors who will be here for a series of sports for this year's New Zealand Community Trust Masters Games. The sports kick off on Saturday, however Friday night will be the first get-together for all competitors to meet and greet and forge teams and strategies. Chrissy Small went to Saxton Stadium and caught up with Rita Merriman of Sport Tasman to talk about this year's events.
Down here at Sport Tasman at Saxton Fields and Stadium, Rita Merriman is, of course, one of the big wigs with the Masters. This is her forte. The Masters Games. Rita, we've had them before, but how's it going this year?
Yeah, really good. We're really happy to have lots of people registering this year. We've got some new sports on board as well, and we've ordered some great sunshine, so we're hoping for some good weather too.
Well, compared to the rest of the country, we are in good weather.
We are. Generally, it's pretty positive, so fingers crossed that it'll be the same this year.
Okay, so registrations have been open for a while now, and what's the interest so far?
Yeah, it's been good. We've had people from all over New Zealand again this year registering, so really good support from Canterbury. It was about 35% of our registrations are coming from there. So yeah, we get a lot of support from the Canterbury region. We've got people coming from the North Island, we've got people coming over from Australia as well, so a really good mix of people coming to the games.
Oh, great. Now, This is, of course, the games are for the more older people, aren't they? It's the more sort of, not the teenagers, but kind of, those of us who probably watch more sport from the couch than actually compete. Is that correct?
Well, it's a bit of that perception, but it's open to people 30 plus. So depending what your perception of older is, basically most of the sports take people from ages 30, 35 plus. There are competitive and social grades with quite a lot of the events. So definitely trying to get the couch potatoes up off the couch, or people who used to compete in, let's say, tennis that haven't been playing tennis for years and want to go back to it. If they just grab a friend and go into the doubles or something like that, we're looking for those types of people to register for the games. And we've got some new sports on board, like stand-up paddleboarding and wakaama, which really don't require any training whatsoever. With wakaama, they're just inviting people to come and have a go. So they'll provide them with all the gear and even put them in a team. So yeah, really no requirement to train whatsoever. You just turn up and have a good time.
Great. So, I'd imagine that that's one that you could do even if you were blind.
Pretty much, yep, because they come with a steerer and a paddler, so they're basically pointing the boat in the right direction and you're just paddling. Yeah.
Oh, well, look, so there's no excuses. Everyone should get involved. It's like 30 plus. Now, the teams that are registering, are we seeing a lot of companies registering?
No, but lots of just people who want to get away for a weekend and have lots of fun with their mates. And if they're coming from out of town, a lot of times the motivation is just to have a road trip and just get away from their families for a weekend and just have a really good time with their friends at the Masters Games. And part of that is also getting dressed up for the social functions. So they make a really good effort of getting team costumes together for the themed social functions. And that's a lot of fun in the evenings.
Okay. Now, Rita, so of course there's the games and now there's also the social activities. What kind of response have we got from the Nelson community? Like, have there been lots of local registrations?
Yeah, we've probably got nearly about 50% of the registrants are locals. So a mix of sort of Nelson, Tasman, anywhere in that region. So it's really, really good support locally. And also we've got support from businesses as well, which is fantastic because without the sponsors, we just can't run the event. And we've got probably about 250 plus volunteers as well. So they're running the sports, they're helping at the Games Village, they're helping at the sports themselves. And again, a great shout out to those volunteers because we can't run the event without them either.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity for people who haven't done sport for years or want to try a new sport even. They should come along and register, right?
Yeah, there's registrations are still open and there's quite a lot of sports. There's probably 10 or 12 sports that are still taking registrations at the game. So things like mini golf that, you really don't need to train for, 10-pin bowling, the 5K run or a walk, a cross-country event, a duathlon, do a sea swim. There's a quiz night. So there's quite a lot of things that people can still come on board and register for.
Right.
Yeah.
What are the oldest registrations that you've had so far? Who are the oldest people?
Well, we've got an impressive gentleman who's 84 years old and he's registered for athletics for the high jump event, which I think this is going to draw quite a big crowd of people to watch him because that is pretty impressive, I think.
Wow, that's something to come down here for.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure there's going to be lots to draw people to cheer on the competitors because last year was a hoot. Some of those costumes that people were wearing, honestly, you couldn't help but smile. So, Rita, I hope that it will be a great success. I'm sure it will be. And so far, what, about 2,000 registrations and counting?
Yeah, we're at 2,100 so far, and counting is right. Yeah, we'll still get some more as the days tick on.
Yeah. So does this make this a lot bigger than other years?
No, similar size.
Yeah.
So similar demographics. We've got about 40% of the participants, though, have never participated in a South Island Masters Games. So we've got a lot of new blood, which is really exciting. So nice to see some new people coming on board for the games and just having a go. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll come down with the camera and capture some of the action.
Excellent. It's always a lot of action on the netball courts. You can't tell whether they're at the social function or playing because they're all dressed up on the court as well.
As long as they don't carry wine glasses, they'll be safe.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun.
There's no barrier to women taking charge of large vessels in a seagoing career, according to New Zealand Master Mariner Catherine Walker of Nelson. Nelson Marlborough Institute of Technology is marking World Maritime Week by promoting maritime careers among schools in Nelson and Marlborough by inviting students and career advisors to see the engineering and bridge simulators in action. I went down to check out the facilities and caught up with Captain Walker to find out more about this exciting career. Catherine Walker, you're actually a captain, Catherine Walker. It's very interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about when you started and what it was like to get up to the rank that you got up to for a woman at sea?
Yeah, I went to sea at the age of 18 on a structured training apprenticeship, if you like, with the Shipping Corporation of New Zealand. And after 3 years, I had my first officer certificate. It was great fun. I travelled all around the world and went to hundreds of different ports. So it was just a great career and I really enjoyed that time. Then I spent the next 7 years getting the next qualification and finally the Master Foreign Going, which is the one that you need to be captain of a vessel. So 10 years in all to get that qualification and it was great.
And would you recommend it to any woman to do, or do you have to be a special kind of person to be able to live that life?
I would recommend it to anyone. You have to be pretty outgoing, pretty flexible, team worker, problem solver, and just be able to work with other people. It's a role that has a lot of facets to it. It's not just navigating. You're involved in maintenance. You're involved in taking a ship to dry dock when they take it out of the water and getting everything sorted in that time. You're involved in tying up the ship, letting go, ship handling. It's a really big variety of tasks in the job.
And now are you mainly based on land, and if you are, do you miss going out in the boats?
Yes, I've been on land for 20 years now, and I have 2 kids who are now grown up. I've worked here for 7 years, and I thoroughly enjoy being involved in maritime education.
Catherine, it looks pretty new in here and pretty impressive. Can you tell us a little bit about where we are and what it does?
Hi, thanks. We're in our new marine engineering simulator suite here at IMINS. This is the engine room control room. This represents the control room as on a large merchant vessel. And over in here, this represents the actual engine room. So those touch screens and all the consoles in there represent the type of gear you get in a ship's engine room.
Great, and so everything's like it is on a boat. Like if something went wrong, you'd have to sort it out, there'd be sirens going off, all this kind of thing?
Absolutely. Everything is consequential. So if a student is running through an exercise and does something wrong, it will have consequences. And it has very loud alarms, lots of rumbles, fire alarms, and eventually the ship would black out if they didn't deal with it quickly enough.
That's fantastic. I mean, you must turn out some pretty good students with using equipment like this.
We do think that using this type of equipment is better learning because it is contextual. They are dealing with real life problems and real life consequences.
The NMIT is holding a public open day on the 31st of October, so you can check out all the courses on offer and take part in the free workshops. With Nelson having been the birthplace and home to Ernest Rutherford, it's a little wonder that the wonderful world of science is a popular event for Nelson primary and secondary school entrants at the Cawthron Science and Technology Fair. I went down to the Energy Centre at Founders Park to find out more about what this year's entrants have produced and caught up with some of the students from Waimea and Nelson Girls College. Kendall, biodiesel doesn't seem like a very girls' topic. How come you chose this?
I chose this because of the pollution that is being made every year by the cars that we are running is very, very high. So I wanted to make an alternative to this and see if I can make less pollution in the world that we live in today.
Well, fantastic. And what were some of the conclusions you came up with?
I came up with that waste vegetable oil from McDonald's. I made biodiesel from that, and after making that it produced a lot of soot, which is the incomplete combustion of hydrocarbons, which basically means that it's a byproduct and it's not really fully impure. Like, it's impure, so it's not a very good diesel to be running, but it would be great for a rocket ship because then it's more explosive. Then vegetable oil, I tested that as well. So I burnt all these so I could see what one was the best and most effective. The biodiesel made from new vegetable oil ran the second longest with the second brightest flame. And then the pure vegetable oil ran for the longest because it had a small flame and didn't use up as fuel as fast.
Kendall, that's fantastic. And you're going to pass these on to the people that make all the decisions, you think?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Hey, thanks very much. Good luck.
That's all right, thank you.
Look, like got a pretty interesting project here. Can you tell us a little bit about Picasso's plants?
Well, Picasso's plants is about how paint affects plant growth and health, and we're inspired to do this by the paint that we put down our art room sinks, and we're wondering if this would have effect on our environment, and also because of a tree that has been painted blue in our community, and we were thinking, is this bad or is it okay to do?
Well, it's fantastic. And can you tell us some conclusions from it?
There wasn't many short-term effects, but in the long term, the higher concentrations of paint negatively affected the plant growth.
And are you going to pass these findings on to anybody?
Well, hopefully we can spread awareness about this and maybe continue on our project to find more information.
Hey, thanks very much and good luck.
Thanks. Thank you.
I also spoke to Catherine, who is one of the judges, and Christina from the Cawthron Institute. Catherine, it's just a kids' project, but the judges seem to be taking it pretty seriously. Can you just tell us what it's like to be a judge?
We do take it seriously, judging, because of the effort and input that the children have taken to get their projects here. And so we have to give the right feedback and the right judging marks back to them so that the projects are treated with the respect that they deserve. because there's a lot of time put in here and a lot of really neat ideas, and we want to encourage firstly score the best of them as the best, and encourage students to be part of it again in the future and to work on their thinking in future. So it's really important that we get our judging correct for them.
Yeah, there's some fantastic ideas around here. How are you qualified to be a judge? Is it just out of a hat?
No, I have a science degree through university, but also I've run project management projects, so I can either judge the science or the technology side. But most of the people here would have a science degree or a technology degree.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thanks very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, Christina, fantastic turnout. You see you're doing Mr. Cawthron proud yet again. You must be pretty happy with the turnout and the projects that are here.
Yeah, it's been fabulous this year. We've had way more project entries than we expected. We've had over 220 entries, so we actually had to change venue at last moment to be able to fit them all in. We had about 160 odd on Monday for the primary fair, and we've had about 70 projects today for the secondary fair judging.
Well, coming from Cawthron, you must be just ecstatic about the interest in science.
Yeah, it's great, but it's also due to the teachers. The teachers here are really enthusiastic. They're keen on science and technology as well, and they really encourage their students to come up with some interesting ideas and some good science, yeah.
Well, great. Christina, thanks very much, and we'll let you get back to your busy judging.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
Are you tired of endless reality shows? Would you prefer to watch captivating documentaries?
They have swallowed cars.
Exciting movies.
Go ahead, load up and shoot.
Music for the soul.
How do you think I ate your fish and chips? I did, you're mistaken.
Programming from around the world. Places to visit. Local news and views.
I'm Graham O'Brien, and today's bulletin. Do you want to change the flag?
No, I don't want to change the flag.
Stay tuned to Mainland TV, your local station.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
I'm Francis from Nelson Auto Glass. We repair all auto glass, stone chips, windscreen replacements, scratch removal.
If you have an auto glass issue, our team will sort it.
Nelson Auto Glass Specialist, 84 Vanguard Street, Nelson.
Hi everyone, I'm Malcolm Harris from the Facilitators. We now look after sales for Mainland TV, radio, Sky and online. New Zealand On Air's latest Colmar Brunton survey confirms Mainland's large multimedia audience. If you're in business or want to put a message out to everyone in the Nelson Tasman region, plus nationwide on Sky or worldwide online, please give me a call or see our website at www.mainlandtv.nz.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics toys,
sound systems, cables and much, much more.
JCar. 120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
Sit and Be Fit is on at the Victory Community Centre Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. at the Victory Community Church, 238 Upper Vanguard Street. School terms only. Fun while you get fitter, work at your level. For more information, please contact Shirley on 547 1433 or 021 121 8023.
Victory 60 Plus is on Tuesdays at 1:30 through to 3:30 p.m. at 238 Upper Vanguard Street. You can join in for cards, games and a cuppa.
On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
Welcome to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, open 7 days a week with free parking all day. Our lunch menus have that fat old-fashioned flavour where we treat you like treasure with the food you'll savour.
We cater for children, grannies and granddads too, with special rates and privileges given to the elderly lunchtime crew. Our staff are friendly and kind and want to see you all come back time after time.
Daytime or evening, it doesn't matter. Give us a call on 546 4084 and we'll be happy to spoil ya.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
.1 The Shed.
Edward Gibbon, the bathroom specialist, have a great range of bathroom ideas at their showroom at 23 McGlashan Ave in Richmond. Call in and check out some of the latest bathroom designs and fittings. Edward Gibbon, the bathroom plumbing and drainage supply specialist, 23 McGlashan Ave, Richmond.
This is a beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. It's a large internal access double garage. It fits 2 cars nicely with a little workshop bench at the end of it. In this room we have 2 large lazy boys, a 3-seater and a 2-seater leather lounge suite, 50-inch Samsung TV and a heat pump. Features are a cathedral ceiling and of course that beautiful view.
For relatively little cost, you too can sell your house. Do it yourself. You're the best person to promote and sell your own house. Your personal endorsement is the best selling proposition. Put yourself on screen and sell it. You know the attractions of your house. You know it better than anybody else. So, get up there and tell us all about it. Sell it.
Upstairs we have 3 bedrooms. One of these has a full ensuite, that's the master bedroom, with large bifold doors. Now out these bifold doors you get to a wraparound deck area that faces northwest, and this is lovely in the morning for sitting and having your coffee.
Hawk Films is now producing for you an advertising package and a broadcasting service at a price far lower than you would expect. We will produce your advertising video and feature it across TV, radio and electronic media. Your message will be up to 3 minutes long and it'll be broadcast 5 times a day on radio and TV. 5 times a day. And it will be listed online all day, every day, for exposure to your potential buyers. You can also use the ad and the photos to promote your house on radio, TV, Trade Me and other real estate sites. We can also offer drone aerial shots for a totally different viewpoint from the one you would normally see. Selling your house is up to you and your solicitor. We're here to merely add value to your advertising strategy. Give me a call and let's get your property on the market. Or better still, email or text me and I'll call you back.
Edward Gibbon, the bathroom specialist, have a great range of bathroom ideas at their showroom at 23 McGlashan Ave in Richmond. Call in and check out some of the latest bathroom designs and fittings. Edward Gibbon, the bathroom plumbing and drainage supply specialist, 23 McGlashan Ave, Richmond.
Welcome me hearties to Smuggler's Pub and Cafe, famous for hearty meals, craft ales and a friendly service way. Sensational seasonal menus with meals all day and evening too, or sail in for a snack with special menus for young smugglers and you. Settle in for a jolly old time, relax and enjoy our award-winning dining and lovely fine wine. Decked out in an old worldly way, we're open 7 days. Book or come on in to 8 Muritai Street, not far from a beach, walk or swim. Phone 546408.
I'm Francis from Nelson Auto Glass. We repair all auto glass, stone chips, windscreen replacements, scratch removal.
If you have an auto glass issue, our team will sort it.
Nelson Auto Glass Specialist, 84 Vanguard Street, Nelson.
We're the team at J-Car, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power.
Electronics toys,
sound systems, cables and much, much more.
J-Car 120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
Today's the day when all the wrongs get put right. Back in their place when everything was so tight. I'll shout it from the highest heights. I'll paint it in the sky, then the sun is gonna shine. So I say, have a nice day now. All over the world tonight, your colors are now bright. So have a good day. You lost your way, your life was in black and white. At the rainbow's end, you found the strength there to fight. I'll shout it from the highest heights. I'll paint it in the sky, then the sun is gonna shine. So I say, have a nice day now. Yeah. All over the world tonight, your colors are now bright. So have a good day. So I say, have a nice day now. Yeah. All over the world tonight, your colors are now bright. So have a good day. You can fly. You can fly. Fly.